it was like 306 or 310 cases.
Well, then so if it's not in a Virginia store, a customer can be like, hey, I heard we can get Devil's Due in Virginia.
And then they'll just attach
order
that store, yeah.
Yeah,
and that
awesome.
store can, so now there's more than 400 in Virginia. So, if we can get, but my suspicion is we'll probably shrink before we grow.
Yeah.
Most of our efforts are in Northern Virginia. We can reach out and touch that.
Yeah.
So we go over there and do
that's where we're all from.
there. Yeah.
Well, it's where we're drawing the whole crowd for the event.
But I mean, they've
from.
got to spread out. Like I've got stuff way down in the toe of Virginia, all the way down to Virginia Beach, everywhere in between. And
so where's
like me being able to regularly service those stores and have tastings is almost impossible.
Where's your nearest store to here in Virginia? Like Middleburg, I assume?
No, from here, we're in all the stores, but one in Winchester. We're in Berryville. We're in all the Leesburg stores.
Hell yeah.
We're in everything between here and Alexandria, I think, except a couple.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, we have good penetration up here. They at least listened to that, and they focused us a lot up here.
Yeah.
But I think what they did was they chose, since it was a bourbon, hey, out of 400 stores, these 200 sell more bourbon than the other 200. And so that's how they decided. So they put us into, we're down by Lake Anna. We're in a lot of places, Virginia Beach and Richmond.
What bottles do you stock in the?
Just bourbon.
Just your bourbon?
Yeah, but today they called me and said they want to bring our Candy Cane Moonshine in.
All right. I mean, that's a good one.
For Christmas.
Yeah.
And so we'll probably we could send a couple hundred cases of that down for that. That's a big deal for us.
It's amazing that you get that production out of this little building.
Yeah,
and I know the little building's not here for long.
Yeah.
But,
well, let me tell you, when we put the candy, I mean, that's a lot of corn whiskey we got to make between now and I think we'll probably have to ship in early September so it can be on the shelf October 1st they call it OND, October, November, December. And then it'll be what's called an in and out. They bring it in and then
sell it,
and then they sell it out and then that's it. Yeah. Which is, I'm okay with that. That's kind of a holiday product anyway. I sell it year round. We have some stores that sell it year round, but that one kind of heats up during that time when they're looking for Christmas bread. Plus, it goes good in hot chocolate.
Oh yeah, it does.
Nobody's drinking that in
You're not
July.
Drinking that in July.
We try and pull a little Christmas in July.
Sit around
on
the campfire.
Yeah. I mean, we make a candy cane White Russian, which is kind of good.
That does sound good.
We promote a couple kind of fun drinks like that. But really, I'm trying to get some of the flavored spirits in next, like the root beer bourbon or the blackberry bourbon, or maybe the maple whiskey.
The root beer bourbon is... is that a Bigfoot?
That's our cryptid series.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I have the Mothman.
That releases... and those are just prototype labels, so they don't look that great. The labels that are being printed up are amazing.
Yeah, what the hell, Ken?
But that'll go into distribution I actually have two coming up, and that's the big one. On Monday, we ship, I think we're going to ship about 60 cases down to West Virginia. But what the liquor store gets is a 6-pack with 2 West Virginia Bigfoot bottles, 2 Flatwoods Monster bottles, and 2 Mothman Bourbon bottles, all bourbon. A little story about each monster on the back. And each one, that's like the most famous 3 in West Virginia. Even though it's Bigfoot, West Virginia's got its own Bigfoot museum. Mm-hmm. They have their own Bigfoot family that's living down there in the holler. And their own sightings and stories. And the Flatwoods Monster and the Mothman
I've never heard of the Flatwoods Monster.
That's a monster from down Sutton back in the 60s. This thing came down near Flatwoods, Braxton, Sutton. It's kind of in central West Virginia down there.
Yeah, the real no man's land.
Yeah, and it came down out of the sky. It was this known as a leathery, shiny, metallic monster that had a ace of spades shaped head.
Okay.
I show you. There's a good little on the back. See, each one's got the story on the back. And but it kind of, there's that little guy on the back there, right? It's kind of the little funny one. But the idea was, let me see it. Oh, it was 52. In 1952, this group of people was out, and they this thing appeared to him. It had glowing eyes, and it was pretty wild. And of course, the Mothman.
Yeah, the Mothman. Yeah, everyone knows the Mothman.
Each one of these guys has a festival.
The Mothman at the 24 hours, because I know you guys shipped it down to the Mothman Museum or too near the Mothman.
Yeah, it went down to the liquor store right down the street.
Yeah, did you guys sell a shit ton of them during that event?
Yeah, we sold all of it.
That was
300 bottles.
Yeah,
and yeah, that was great. So
yeah, I think I got on you about that when you're like, yeah, we got the Mothman. I'm like, you need to ship it to Point Pleasant for the 24 hours rally because you will sell out.
Yeah. Oh, hey, if they'll take it, I'll ship it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
But everybody's looking forward to this. And this way, it's going to release like this. You know, when we did Mothman to the stores last time, it was single barrel. You had to do ordering for it. This time it goes in like general ordering altogether in the system.
Yeah, I have a bottle of the Mothman at home. I'm not going to, it's on the shelf. I've had a dram or two of it, but I'm like, I just like the bottle so much with the bourbon in it that I don't want to drink the bourbon because it just looks so good with the bourbon in it.
That's that is, I think, what a lot of people are looking forward to. They want to get it, and then they want it as part of their liquor. I tell everybody, buy two, but I want to drink and want to put up on the shelf.
I've got it sitting next to a bottle of Lagavulin.
Yeah.
The Offerman Lagavulin that is actually my celebratory whiskey for having the kids. So I got to have some friends over and
have you cracked it yet?
The Lagavulin?
Yeah.
No, I've not.
Oh, but you had the baby.
I know. I got to get the buddies over now.
Yeah, now it's time to have the
cigars,
have the celebration.
Yeah. I had a bottle of that, or I had a dram of that at a friend's house. A different one, but I liked it a lot.
It's too peaty for me. I don't like the heavily peated ones.
They're pretty. It takes some getting used to, but they're
not where they kind of wave a little peat smoke near the malt, and then those are all my faves.
The last Lagavulin Offerman that I had was like that. It smelled. It tasted like you were near a campfire, but not in the campfire.
Yeah.
Which was
Some
good.
of them are like drinking campfire.
Yeah, which is way too much.
Makes my toes curl up in my shoes. I do love scotch, though. I mean, I do. I got a bottle of the Macallan. It's I forget which one it is. It's in the purple box. And it's finished in like 5 different barrels or 6 different barrels.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, that thing was delicious. Like, it was just superb to drink.
Oh, yeah.
But I got those, and I checked these out. Then at the end, what we're releasing out of the distillery right now is this Trout Unlimited series, the Brook Trout. One's weeded. The Rainbow Trout, that's the 4-grain, and then our heirloom corn, the Brown Trout. And so, and it's going to be a 4-series set. We got licensed by Trout Unlimited. The Trout Unlimited gets $5 from every bottle for trout conservation efforts. And we're going to and we've released the Brook, the Rainbow, and the Brown now. The last one's going to be the Golden. Mm-hmm. And I still got to pick a whiskey for that. But each one's individual. The Brook Trout was wheated bourbon. The Rainbow Trout was our prime 4-grain. The Brown Trout is an heirloom corn bourbon. It's like a 93% corn, 7% malt. That's a Wapsie Valley corn that was grown here in the county for us. All locally sourced grains. Kind of celebrating the 4 different kind of trout you can catch in West Virginia.
Okay. Do you do a bunch of fly fishing and fishing up in West Virginia?
I mean, I fish with the spinning rod, but yes,
okay.
I love trout fishing.
Is that going to be part of your Shenandoah trip here in the next?
If I can find a trout stream, it will. Yeah.
Fair. What do you want, dog? Huh.
Attention.
It's so hard to be you. Oh, yeah, boy. Nice. Be nice to take. You said you're taking 5 days off. Go do some fishing. Go hang out.
That's right.
All right. I see you.
Hey, enough.
That'll be really nice. I went camping with a buddy just overnight in Sky Meadow State Park. It was 2 weeks before we had the kid. Me and my wife had the kid, and I'm like, I'm itching to get back out because it's been about 3 months now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to go camping again. I can't wait. So hearing your camper trip with the boys and the campfire and being a camper with the TV and trying to go fish, I'm like, that just sounds like
straight out of the Griswolds.
It just sounds like a boatload of fun.
And
how many boys are you traveling with?
My 2 youngest.
2 youngest?
Yeah. Okay. 11 now, 11 and 14.
Okay. So they're old enough to have fun, but also old enough to complain and know when they're done.
And fight with each other.
Fight with each other. Nice.
But it'll be all right. It's gonna be a good time. I'm meeting a couple one of my old military buddies and his wife and their kids are coming up from Florida.
Oh, fun.
And they have a camper and they're like, "Hey, come camping with us." And I said,
where in the Shenandoah are you guys going?
Near Endless Caverns. I think it's down near Newmarket somewhere.
Yeah. It's a beautiful area down there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's, Edinburgh is like down.
Maybe.
No, I think Edinburgh is not. Newmarket's like 240.
Not too far down 80. It's right on 81.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like exit 240.
So I think we'll spend some time in like the park. We'll go see the cavern.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably just hang out. I mean, because whatever place we're going, they have pool and all the
you're doing like
resort type stuff,
like a resort type camper place.
Yeah. So he brought it up. So I rented a camper from
Camp America.
No, I rented it from a guy over in Virginia. Actually, I think it's called Tri-State.
Okay.
But his rates are really good. The campers are beautiful. They're all newer. Like I think 2021 to 2025. So like he's got good campers, and for a couple extra bucks, he'll go. Look, I got a small truck. I don't have a fifth wheel. I don't. I can't pull anything big like that. He drags it down there. He sets it up. He does the hookups, and the place has full hookups. Then we leave. He comes, picks it up. He takes it back, and you get an RV for the weekend. So, yeah, and it wasn't. I mean, compared to like going to a moderate hotel, it's about the same.
Yeah.
The camper was cheap. The setup it cost a couple bucks, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And so for something special, and then I don't know. I mean, if we like it, maybe we'll go buy one.
Yeah.
My mom. We've never gone RV camping before.
My mom has a bumper pull, and my dad just sold his fifth wheel.
Yeah.
So it is a bunch of fun.
The thing looks pretty luxurious,
Yeah.
I heard the ding.
Yeah, he's here. He said he'd be here in 10 minutes.
All right. Let's take.
Is that the restriction on the beers? There's not supposed to be beer in here?
Oh, no, there's supposed to be beer in here.
Oh.
I just figured they'd want to see us not drinking beer, but drinking whiskey.
I don't care. Listen, we're car guys, off-road guys. We drink anything we can.
As long as we're not driving, we're drinking.
Exactly. But
yeah, that's true. This is more of a four-wheeling podcast with a touch of bourbon on it right now, so beer drinking's authorized.
Yeah, it's all authorized. Well,
most episodes have a touch of bourbon involved.
Officially, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Dirt Drive Podcast. Tom was running a little late. He's got coming from his day job in Sterling, coming all the way
Busy
here to
shop.
All the way out to West Virginia, and we're sitting here with Wiley. You heard me and him talking, hanging out. We are here in the distillery because we will be here in the distillery with
2 weeks.
200 of our closest friends in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks. It's
Jeep
good.
on the Rocks 4x4 festival this year.
Yeah.
We'll have them jammed on every square inch of the property.
When we're gonna have, I was talking to Laney. We've got a buddy with a custom built tube chassis who builds tube chassis who wants to park it inside the distillery.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, but it's a Baja Blast Blue.
Yeah,
Jeep.
We'll squeeze it in here. Let's put it right in front of the still. We'll get some cool pictures.
He'll love that.
Oh yeah.
So and the guy that is bringing it is a good buddy of ours, but he's bringing it because his buddy built it and just started a chassis fabrication business, and that was the first car that he built.
Really,
one of the first ones.
Yeah. So he's building custom chassis.
Yeah. Race car things.
He builds the frame from scratch.
Yep.
From scratch.
Man, I need a new one on my Tacoma. Can we build me a new frame?
Oh no, it's a little different.
It's a little.
You'll see in a few weeks.
My Tacoma frame looks like Frankenstein right now.
Just
Tom can help you with that.
I can patch him.
Oh, my boy over at A&W. You know Andy, right? Andy from A&W Customs. Andy Williams.
Okay.
Anyway, he'll be here.
Okay.
Yeah, he brought my frame back to life and it looks fabulous now.
Good.
Yeah, I just bought that Lexus, and that was one of the reasons I bought it is because it's an early 2000s Toyota.
Any of you boys Tacoma guys out there, Rust Busters. I think they're out of Ohio.
Yep, Rust Busters and Safety Cap.
Yeah, you know Rust Busters? Those guys, they saved my life, at least on the front end.
Yep.
But the rails, Andy's a magic man when it comes to making stuff look new again. And yeah, it's nice. And then we used I'll give another plug. Pour 15. You ever heard of that? also a magical compound. Once it goes
you just can't get it off ever.
Yeah, it's just
I'm
there
not
forever.
interested in never taking it off. Well, I said, Andy, I want to put something on there that will stay on forever, and I don't have to worry about this terrible problem again with this. It's that 06 steel. It's that second generation steel. What are they doing over in Japan?
It
Killed me.
The irony is that truck is only built in the U.S.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Oh, don't even. All right, we won't go there. Yeah.
That's a different podcast.
Now I'm depressed.
Sorry. No, it was just they didn't have enough drain holes and they didn't paint the inside of the frame.
So it's bare metal, bare metal the inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's why they officially recalled it, but you have to wait like 3 years to get a new frame now.
No, mine was outside of the periodicity. If you can help me get a recall frame on my truck.
What year is it?
06.
Is it 05 that the cutoff? I thought the cutoff was 06. Maybe that's a 4Runner.
Yeah, I don't know.
Toyota frames that fold like
it's
called a Tago for a reason.
we just totaled somebody's 4Runner
because they just fold in half.
Because they just fold in half. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen. So hopefully, we at least gave it a longer lease on life anyway. The engine's solid.
It's a good looking truck out there too.
Yeah, I'm about to. So he and I have ripped the underside out and replaced most everything.
You have to.
And now we're doing the. I got a guy up in Martinsburg. We're gonna spray. You know that bed liner style, the whole outside of it, everything, every.
Talk to Tom about that. He's not a fan. As a paint and body guy.
Yeah. It's just they're a pain in the ass to clean. You can't put stickers or decals on it, so you have to paint everything on there.
I don't wash my truck very often.
Oh,
I don't put stickers on.
He lives in West Virginia.
You got a paint shop?
I don't.
Oh.
We have a paint guy,
man.
But
I was almost asked you if you wanted to do it.
No,
he's not a Line-X guy, is he?
No.
I got a Line-X quote. It was out of control.
Oh yeah.
I had Line-X done on the top back. It was years ago, and it was very affordable.
Yeah.
Line-X has gone
very
expensive.
The trick is, you get your quote and you say, "What happens if I bring cash?" And they say, "This is what happens when you bring cash."
Not anymore.
Yeah, well,
it's not really a thing anymore.
It would have been 70% off cash discount. Like it was pretty high.
That's what. So when I got my 04 Silverado, my first Silverado, I got the bed liner done, and they were like $750 for the bed liner. I'm like, no fucking way. And then I'm like, what happens if I bring cash? They're like $475. I'm like, oh, I'll bring cash.
Yeah,
because they kept it off the books. They paid the guy.
Yeah, but.
And they paid materials.
Your expense for putting on the books is not $300 on that. That's not a 70.
Yeah, that's what they did. It was the one in Sterling.
You paying cash at the shop saves like literally 3%.
Yeah,
maybe 10 cents.
No, I don't know what it was, but they cut me like a $300 deal for cash.
Yeah, they gave you a really good deal. Hi, puppy.
But yeah, this will be fun. We have last year we did the Jeeps on the rocks.
Yep.
This year is the full 4x4 and off-road invasion. I reached out to the BDR group, which is the backcountry discovery route, which does motorcycles. That route
basically comes through here.
That route comes right through here.
Yeah.
It goes from New York to Bristol, Tennessee.
Yep, through Harper's Ferry. I reached out to the Panhandle side-by-side group. I can't remember what they were called, but they're out of the Panhandle, West Virginia.
Yeah.
So they're going to send a few street-legal side-by-sides out here.
Did you guys get the graphics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah, we've got it posted at the shop. And
I got
digitals too.
Yeah, I got my cubicle at work. It's the coolest graphic I've ever seen.
No, you gotta go down. I'm not helping.
The next thing is we got to try and convince you guys to put a graphic on a bottle for us too, a special bottle for the event.
Let's make a special bottle for the event. What's it going to look like?
Yeah.
I don't know. We haven't figured. I was going to talk to Ken about that because
Ken's
the designer.
Ken or PJ.
Well, do you want to? Let's break it down. Like, what would you want to put on a bottle?
Our logo?
I do need more bourbon at the house.
I'll buy all of them. If you put our logo on it, I will buy all of them.
Yeah. At least 6 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, sweet.
We got
you guys heard it.
So
I need you first.
I need you to talk to Ken pronto about that.
Yeah, I'll talk to Ken tomorrow.
But, I don't think we'd have a problem. Maybe we make 24 bottles for the event. We just run them under our bourbon label, but we can redo the graphics on the front, get some cool logos up. We'll get your logo on there. We'll get kind of the themed logo for the event up there. Yeah, he'll be in the morning.
2 dozen are gonna sell out quick.
Yeah, give me a call.
I'll legitimately probably buy.
I'll buy 6 of
12
them.
of them.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
What's a bottle of your bourbon these days?
Now those are $700 a piece if you're buying 12.
Son of a bitch.
No, like for
right,
example, our trout bottle. But now we give some of that to Trout Unlimited.
Yeah.
And those are retailing for 78. But probably around like $70.
Okay.
I was
gonna say that's gonna cover all of my Christmas shopping. That'll
Yeah.
be done in June. Just everybody's getting bottled bourbon.
Yeah, so right now on Facebook alone, between the official event and the 2 or 3 ancillary events that I've seen, there's 250 people ish. So
Fabulous.
That'll be 250 vehicles.
Yep.
Hey, if you guys are coming out, you want to park on the property, it's kind of like a
Get here
lock-in,
early.
We'll jam in, so bring some tents, bring some chairs. The weather should be great. There's going to be music and food trucks there. We'll have cocktails running all day long. I'm sure we'll get a couple of kegs of beer out there, so we'll have some beer for you guys if you want to drink cocktails. Plenty of ice water and non-alcoholic drinks for you too. It'll be a great day, and we'll just chill, hang out, have a good time.
Family friendly.
We're
talk
still
4x4s all day long.
Yeah, 4x4s. Hopefully, we get some adventure bikes because
That'd be cool.
The adventure bikes don't come to the off-road things. They go to their adventure bike things.
I want those hill climb bikes. You ever see those? These hill climb guys?
Oh, the long back ones.
Really
that's
long with those
those are
massive
crazy
back
dudes.
tires.
Yeah, it's
You ever been to one?
crazy
I've never
dudes.
been to one. I've
feel
seen
like that
videos.
person-
They do them in West Virginia, but
Yeah.
I want to go to a hill climb. It's like straight up.
I've seen
And
it
they
with
ride
like
these motorcycles up
Yeah.
these gnarly hills.
in our world, we've got like the rock bouncers. Same thing. It's like 1,000 horsepower, big giant tires, and they just floor it straight up a mountain.
1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
Between your legs.
Well,
Yeah,
and
that's
they
wild,
literally
right?
they roll them like they go up the hill and then they cartwheel down, land on the wheels, start it back up, and try it again. It's like they're just crazy.
See, that's why I wouldn't do
vehicles.
it because of the cartwheel down
Yeah.
part. That sounds terrible.
You're in a harness and a non-suspension seat. You're bolted to the chassis.
And you're bolted to it as it's
That's almost
cartwheeling back
worse.
down. That's worse, yeah.
Then you literally feel everything.
fair.
That sounds like instant death.
No, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, we saw it happen because there was a like a rock bouncer hill at the Cove, and we were doing where the Cove is, right? The
No.
Cove campground. It's in Gore,
Right down the road.
Right down the road.
Yeah.
So there's a trail called Trickle, and off that trail there's an upshoot.
Is it K2, right? Or
Yeah,
right?
K2, I
or
think so.
Insanity. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's literally
Both of those sound very imposing, by the way.
They are
it's literally
straight up.
70 degrees straight up, and we saw a Jeep, if you want to call it that, go up, catch the passenger
He
front tire,
bounced off a rock
Well,
and
no.
then drove up a tree.
up a tree. So it went up a tree, and then he rolled back down the hill.
All the way back down.
Yeah, all the way back down.
Did the guy get out?
Yeah, he drove it back.
Yeah, and then he fired it back up, drove it back to camp, and later that night he was on the hood of it with a sledgehammer, pounding everything back straight so he could drive the next day.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So the tube chassis buggy that'll be here, he's not quite that crazy,
Yeah.
but he wheels with people that crazy.
Yeah.
And then I've never wheeled with Hadley. Is Hadley
I like to
wheel
drive
like
my
that?
truck
I don't
out on
know.
the beach.
I don't.
It's
Yeah.
kind of flat. You
Well, that's
need
why it
four-wheel
rusted
drive, but that'd be crazy, man.
Yeah, actually, driving on the beach causes more damage. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Talk about rusty frames.
That's why my frame looks like what it
yeah.
does.
No, yeah. So
I
we'll
got
have
a beach machine.
We'll have true like hardcore rock crawling guys, and then my dad, who just bought a Jeep, a brand new 2019 Jeep, to go to Dewey and drive on the beach. So we will have all aspects of off-road here if we can get the adventure bikes. I think the adventure bikes will be the hardest pull.
I mean, that's Jed's world, so tell
Adventure
Jed to get his boys
Yeah,
out.
the dual sports.
Yeah.
The big BMWs and Triumphs and KTMs.
I bet we'll see some nice motorcycles that day.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Some guys will ride out.
Some guys
Come
will
ride
pull,
out, guys.
They'll pull up on Harleys. I don't know. I think we will see more Harleys than we will adventure bikes.
I'm okay with that. I love it when.
But Harley also does an adventure bike.
I've had
They do?
like big groups of Harleys roll in here before. The whole building starts shaking.
They spend
it's
money,
awesome,
too.
You know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh
they
my
do.
God, yeah.
You can't not spend money and drive a.
I
Ride
see
a
some
Harley.
wild bikes rolled in here, man. I love that part. I always go out new and eye over them, and they fill their saddlebags up. You know, I love the guys. Hey, man, you got saddlebags? Let's fill them up.
Yep.
So what's new? What's going on with the new building? When's that project take off?
So the site planning's done, and now the next thing is to get bulldozers out here and start laying some trees down, get a parking lot in, then get the back flattened so that we can prepare for the new building.
Heck yeah!
How big is that will start. I think we'll break ground probably in August.
Oh, nice. How big is that building going to be? How many square feet?
This one's 4,000. That one is going to be close to 6, just under 6, probably like 5,600. And then what we'll do is we're bringing in new equipment. We run a 150 gallon still. We're gonna right now. The plan is, and hopefully I'm about to put down payment on 800 gallon still, and that'll
ramp up.
That's
production.
a more serious piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Like I always call this one like it's kind of a starter still. I call it the smallest commercially viable still they make. You go down to 100, but at the end of the day, to fill we can fill about one of these barrels when we run it. 15 gallon barrel. Take me a whole week to fill the 53 over
God damn.
Really? You get an 800 and a 150 online. You can fill 3 of those big barrels a day.
Which is wild to me because
and that's what 50 something bottles per barrel.
This one's 75 bottles. That's closer to almost 300.
Holy shit!
So yeah, the goal is to get off these smaller barrels and then primarily focus on those. Although I'll keep making these because, these are fun.
Yeah,
these little guys, and they're great for a variety of things because the whiskey's ready in these barrels in like 2 years, where it's a minimum of 4 for those. So we can do a lot of experimentation.
Yeah, and
then when we release these, it's like. And I'll talk about this now. That's like these labels we're doing here. This is one of 3. And let me set them out here so you guys can take a look at them. And I know it'll be hard to see from there, but we're sponsored by Trout Unlimited this year. If you come by and pick up one of these trout bottles, we'll throw a couple bucks at Trout Unlimited for trout conservation efforts in West Virginia. Very cool. That's good for 4-wheelers. You guys are probably out looking for those trout streams anyway.
Yep. That's one thing that me and Tom have talked about is like with the hobby that we have is the overlanding. Like, let's go overlanding for a reason. Like, actually go fishing and enjoy being out rather than just like driving around in circles. Let's go find like a nice stream.
Yeah, well, that's where you park and camp for the night, and then you see if you can catch a little dinner.
Oh yeah.
We did the brook, the rainbow, and the brown. We're about to do the golden trout. But the fun thing about like this barrel right here, this is what's in the brown trout. Is like we'll do 60, 65 bottles, and it'll be a little single barrel pop. We'll run a single label on it, and so these can be like each one of these is a different label.
Nice.
And so each one of these tells a fun little story. You know what I mean? And because it's pretty low volume, they move very quickly out of the store. And so we'll keep those guys around for a long time. The 3 there, one is a wheated bourbon, one is a 4-grain bourbon, one's a 2-grain heirloom bourbon. And so it's really fun to showcase the different kind of whiskeys we can make here. All really waiting for the big guys to come around.
Which is wild because like I was going to say, you got the 150 gallon, right?
Yeah.
And your production does not seem like you have that small of a still. You guys produce a ton of whiskey.
We run
all the time. Yeah, you guys put out a ton.
What does it take? Like how long does it take to do a batch? A day? 2 days?
Well, you got to make your mash, and then fermentation's at least 5 to 7 days. A couple days longer in the winter, a couple days shorter in the summer. Then you got to run that, and that's a 12-hour day guaranteed to run it. So it's a week, and you get about 15 usable gallons out to go in the barrel, or you batch 3 together and they go in the big barrel. So and we've been doing. This room is the product of 4 years of work. Very few weeks are taken off.
How have you not run out of whiskey yet?
That's what we're doing in 2 weekends. We're gonna sell them out.
Man, we make more. How
many of these barrels are almost ready?
None of that. Well, we've never opened one of those 53-gallon barrels before. That's kind of exciting because this summer we will officially become a bonded whiskey house, bottled and bond house. And that means aged a minimum of 4 years, made by us, aged in the same house by us, and then minimum proof on that has to be 100 proof. If you can satisfy this kind of lengthy list of demands by the government, they'll give you that bonded stamp. And so that will really step us up from these straight bourbons straight bourbon being age minimum of 2 years to this bonded level. And then once we get the new still online and we can lay enough whiskey down to where instead of, we can have hundreds of barrels, then we'll have the luxury. Yeah, to age whiskey a long time, you got to have the luxury of having so much whiskey that you can just put it away and forget about it.
You said all these big barrels have been sitting.
All these will get sold, and they have to. They'll get sold at 4 years old. A couple of them might reach 5 by the time we start getting them out. But really, it's time now. It's been 4 years to start recouping some of our investment over the next couple of years, because we got to. I mean, really, that's going to, and the only thing we're going to recoup it for is to pay for more whiskey to be laid down for the future.
Yeah. Do you have any of these that are 1 or 2 years old? So like you have that constant 4-year cycle, like every year?
I mean, they go from laid down a couple weeks ago to laid down 4 years ago.
Okay.
And so then that's like, distilleries are built in stepping stones.
Yeah.
But really, to get to the really old age stuff, now this is generational.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect to ever release a 15-year-old. My son, I hope. My brother Brian, his sons, I hope. We got 5 boys in between us, so if we can convince a couple of them to take it on from us.
Stash a couple of barrels.
Well, it's pretty cool. Hey, we're going to give you an entire rick house of barrels, boys. Just pay us an annuity till we're dead. You know what I mean?
Adopting?
Yeah.
Tom's selling an off-road shop if you want to
I'll trade you.
and so if we can keep it going, then we have this Devil's Due could have a shot at becoming something bigger. You know what I mean? But literally, if it's not in the family and it's not kept tight. And that's how the big boys, they've been doing this for a couple hundred years. Couple hundred years.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool because one of my favorite whiskeys is Stranahan's, and they're starting to get their recognition. Like, they just made a Forbes list for the first time, and they're out of Colorado, and they're a small family distillery that they've been around for probably a few hundred years, but within the same family.
Yeah.
But it's that same thing. If you got to keep it in the family. You got to keep it tried and true. And then you pop eventually, and it's super cool to see that.
I know that distilleries are judged by the size of their rick house. So how many barrels do you have aging at one time? When we get big enough, there'll be investors coming and looking. You know what I mean? And that's tough, right? Because I know that they'll come, but I've seen other distilleries take that, and then now they're. All the feedback's always the same. It's a very corporate attitude.
Yeah.
And so there's decisions to be made.
You have investors you have to please, and you got to turn more profit every year. And like when you have investors, you don't lose the love for it, but you have to make the business happen now too, instead of just the love. And
it speeds growth, and a lot of time distilleries. That's the antithesis of what a distillery is about. Yes, we want fast growth, but at the same time, these barrels, it's like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
This is not a fast industry.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the beauty of it, this is an old world industry. Who else has oaked barrels anymore? Nobody. You know what I mean? In today's day and age, the only reason it's still here is because the people demand it.
Yeah.
If the people didn't demand it, these barrels would have long gone. They would have figured out another way to deliver alcohol. People are always going to like alcohol, but it's that bourbon flavor that people love.
It's delicious, and beer's delicious, but I prefer this because this. You can make this in 10 minutes, but this takes forever, and it's so much better.
Yep.
And I think that's why people appreciate it. They appreciate the fact that we made something from nothing. And then we age it for this and it has to sit for that long period of time. And that's why we chose bourbon. That's why we really chose to follow the bourbon path, is because of that. Is because that there's such a strong love for it. I always said it's got to have that B on the bottle.
Yeah.
Everybody knows and loves the B on the bottle. And so, me and Brian, when we started, it was like, we just got to make it taste like bourbon. And then we know we got something, we could build on it from there. And so we got, we did all the reading, we did all the training, and we did all the steps in what we thought was the correct way, and we get rewarded pretty well for it. Very meticulous. My brother's so meticulous. Oh my God, about every single step in the process that he and I developed, and then it gets into the minutia, right? But the most important part, the record keeping for the government, right?
It's always about the government.
It's always about the government.
Always about the
government. But if you can satisfy them, there's great future in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really the hardest part about running any business is keeping the government happy.
Yeah. And we chose West Virginia because there's not a lot of distilleries here.
Yeah. There's also not a lot of government here. It's also a benefit.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. There's plenty of government over here too.
Oh yeah, there's enough to be annoying.
Yeah.
The regulations around here are getting thicker and thicker and thicker.
Well, it's because it's turning into. Sorry, we talked about this last time, but the Panhandle is turning more into Virginia.
10,000 new homes under construction right now.
Yeah, it's wild.
I mean, between Jefferson County and Berkeley County, by the end of the summer, there'll be 10,000 new families. They can't build schools fast enough.
Half of my coworkers live in Jefferson. We met Karen, who's the senior vice president of political affairs for SEMA. She lives in Jefferson County, but she works in D.C. It's everyone lives
90% of the license plates that I see on my commute from Lovettsville or West Virginia going down 9.
Hey, look, if you're living in the city right now and you're tired of paying high prices and
stay in the city.
You can do it, come out here where
I'm with Tim. Stay in the city.
Yeah, stay in the city.
Air is fresh and clean.
Come visit on the weekends.
No traffic out here.
Come visit on the weekends.
Yeah, come visit on the stay in the cities. It's horrible out here. There's nothing good. They got good whiskey. Just come visit. You don't want to live here.
Swing out.
Just come hang out.
One day, I always say one day people will find West Virginia, especially the interior.
Oh my
where
God.
It's really wild and wonderful. And data centers are coming down there. There are plans all over West Virginia now for data centers.
Here's the problem, though.
And that's going to bring
it's
people
not.
down there.
It's not.
Each data center employs like 15 people.
Each million square foot building, there's like 15 people that work there. They run themselves.
Man, you don't understand how sparsely populated West Virginia is.
Oh, no, we do.
No, we do. That's why we come out and hang
and
here.
I'll tell you what, those would be the luckiest 15 people in the world because they'll be able to go, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a beautiful trout stream or the best hiking trails.
Until that data center levels that trout stream.
We hope that. Well, come on now. Let's not let that happen.
That's what's happening in Loudoun County.
That's what's happened in our county. Is they've leveled all of the farms, all of the pretty streams,
literally right up until you hit Route 15 in Leesburg. Everything east, if it was open field, became a data center, and now they're squeezing them in everywhere. Every patch of trees in Sterling gets leveled, and they put a data center.
I remember the days when the only thing between Leesburg and Tyson's Corner was a stoplight in Sterling Park.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my father-in-law talks about those days.
So
He used to be able to ride a dirt bike from Leesburg to Tyson's.
Yeah.
On dirt road.
Kreger talks about going to farm auctions in Ashburn.
Yeah. Well, they just closed the farm auction house.
Yeah.
It was on Belmont Ridge Road, right next to Black Angus Drive. I don't know the name of the elementary school, but that was the farm auction house.
Nothing left to auction off. They auctioned it all off.
Yeah.
Every single bit.
Yep.
Farms are going here too. The land values are now with all these houses come in. Land values are going to rise.
The nice thing about
kids are going to get sick of it, and that it'll be. I think we're one generation away to start the dominoes.
So the nice thing about the interior of West Virginia is there is so much pride in the beauty. I don't think they will let that happen.
Well, and there's also
I hope they don't let it happen.
Millions upon millions of acres of national forest.
Yeah.
You move down there, not only do you get to move out into the raw nature, but it's all your land.
Yeah,
there is literally, it's got to be at least 10 million acres of public land in West Virginia, where it's yours, it's mine, it's everybody's. Yeah. You can go do whatever you want on it.
I think there was I remember seeing somewhere.
I'm done singing.
Are you kidding? I almost broke into song with you.
Those are the only words I know.
Don't get all patriotic on me now.
I had seen it somewhere that West Virginia was the most by square mileage had the most amount of state or national forest in any state in the country. Which, like, when you factor in states like Montana and Wyoming that are huge, just twice the size of West Virginia, like, how do they not have that equal percentage of land?
Because it's the entire state of West Virginia.
Right. Yeah. There's still places, I guarantee it, that you could go walk where you might be the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's that, or at least the first one in 1,000 years.
That's the wildest thought. Like, I'll be driving down the highway, going down 81, and I look at them out, and I'm like, when was the last time someone was, like, in those trees?
Yeah.
Like those trees in particular. No. When was the last time there was a person there?
The scary part is there probably is somebody there just watching you drive down the highway going, idiot. Idiot.
Let's try some whiskey, boys.
Yeah, that's where the wild part comes in.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
This is a cool one. This is a heirloom corn. It's called Wapsie Valley. It was grown for us over at Rose Hill Farm here in the county.
Have we reached out to Kaylee yet? Is she coming out for this?
She just had hip surgery.
That doesn't mean she can't come out and drink whiskey.
She can't walk.
Oh, there's wheelchairs.
I don't know. Probably. We have a friend, customer, who's a big scotch drinker.
Yeah.
She has like 300 plus exotic bottles of scotch in their basement.
We call that whiskey porn when you see pictures of that.
Oh yeah.
They built like a full blown speakeasy in their townhouse.
Yeah. You got to push on it. You got to push on a piece of drywall, and it like clicks in and pops out.
Actually,
it's a hidden door.
That's cool.
It's so cool.
A bottle of, or a little taster of, I forget what country she was in. She travels a lot. It was like, maybe it's Taiwanese? I don't know. It's whiskey from somewhere that she like brought a little taster to the shop that nobody else has taken yet, so I got to bring that home.
Nice.
Because I'm out of whiskey at home. Anyway.
Yes, tell us about your...
Yeah, cheers, gents. Yeah, the 2.5-year-old done here in the quarter cask like the ones behind us.
Tom.
Single barrel,
Clink.
served at barrel proof, 105 proof. Nose on it's nice. Caramel, buttery.
Oh, yeah.
2 grain, 93% corn, 7% malt.
You said it was a 105 proof?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. That's
delicious.
Not too hot for...
No, you throw a rock on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I like barrel proof because then you can throw water and ice in and set it to whatever temp you want, you know. But yeah, no pinch in the back, just that warm kind of kiss down the throat, down it, down into your belly. Yeah, I think it's a really nice one. A lot of people enjoy it. Yeah, come on out and give it a try, folks.
Yeah, we'll have. I mean, you're coming out, so.
And that, but the finish is long on it too. Kind of sweet and long, and that's where that 7% malt rolls in and really kind of plays around in there. Yeah, it's a nice one.
So, what type of exotic vehicles do you think we'll see? I think we're going to see a Baja style bug.
The Grenadier's coming.
I would love to see a super bug.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like a Baja style
tires,
bug.
Yeah.
Do we know anybody?
I don't think so, but I think they're definitely out here. That's going to be my exotic is going to be the Baja style bug. We also may see a K-van with a lift because I saw a K-van with a lift and a bumper in Leesburg.
Was it one of the Delicas? I know there's a couple Delicas that run around Leesburg. Those are cool.
Hop in between you boys for a second.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, the Cryptid series.
Let me show this one off to you guys.
Is that a Mothman bottle?
Yeah.
I have
Freddie's going to lose his shit.
Freddie has one.
Oh, does he?
I have one too.
I didn't know that. All right. Sorry. I have.
Yeah.
So shipping down to the state next Monday, and these are prototype bottles. The labels aren't exactly finished yet. We'll do the final. Well, they are. We'll do the final printings tomorrow. For all you guys, if you're cryptid fans, the top 3 in West Virginia of cryptids, and they all have a festival actually behind them. The West Virginia Bigfoot, seen down in the Sutton area of West Virginia quite often. Huge following. They go hunting for them still, like once or twice a year. They have these big Bigfoot hunts out there.
Well, we did that. So there was a... Ooh, that got me. There was Jed did a Backroads of Appalachia event for Bigfoot last year.
We got to find the Bigfoot Club and do a legit weekend hunting Bigfoot. Do a podcast, YouTube it.
Yeah.
That'd be so much fun.
Would love to.
The Bigfoot Festival, that goes on, I think in the summer. I think it's coming up.
Yeah.
Down there in the Sutton area. The Flatwoods Monster, another one, 1950s monster from West Virginia, probably like the number 3 biggest monster in West Virginia. in West Virginia, these three guys have almost 100% name recognition. Well, I mean, everybody knows Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And the Flatwood Monster also down kind of in the general area, in the Flatwoods area, seen back in the 50s by some people. Just a wild story. You can catch the whole story on the back of the bottle. And then, of course, the numero uno in West Virginia is the Mothman.
Oh,
We've done releases on him. This is a new release, new art on the front. These are all
so I got to get this bottle too.
In-house art done. You're going to be able to find all of these bottles at the local liquor stores.
Cool.
We ship on Monday. They start picking them up probably not next week, but the week after.
By the
you're
end
going
of
to
the
start
month.
seeing them popping up all around the state.
Yeah.
I know everybody around the state's really excited about this.
Is that
release.
our state too, or
Pretty
just your state?
Right now, just in West Virginia. So another reason for y'all to get over here to the Eastern Panhandle. Got some right around here. I know they'll be picking them up over at Big Apple and Inwood. That's right off 81. I just talked to them over there. Probably at Penn Liquors, Shepherdstown Liquors, a couple of the 7-Elevens. I think they'll pick them up. And then, of course, you'll be able to find them in some other locations.
And you'll be able to
around
find
West
them here.
Virginia.
So West Virginia's not an ABC state.
No,
That's
yeah,
a
you just
Virginia
buy.
thing.
No, yeah, all local liquor
Yeah.
stores. You can. They sell it at Walmart. They sell it at Walgreens.
That's right, because
and
that's in
CVS.
Point Pleasant. You sell it in the Walgreens.
A lot of Big Apple's a smoker friendly. That's a huge chain around here.
Okay.
They got the Little General. They got the Mountaineer Mart. They got the BFS. That's got a huge presence out in the Morgantown area. This will be big out in Morgantown.
When you're
too.
selling, do you have to go to each one of those individual?
Now I know guys enough. Now I'll call a lot of them. But yeah, I'll still make my rounds. Like I think I'll be either next week or the week after. I'm going out to Morgantown for a couple days, and I'll be on the road out there talking to all the liquor store
Stay
owners.
away from
I have
Dinwiddie's
a feeling
tires.
this is going to do well. The biggest liquor store out there is Ashbrook.
Okay.
If you're from the Morgantown area, you know that place. That's right, pretty much at the base of the West Virginia University campus.
Oh, so they
it
sell a
supplies
lot.
liquor to the entire university. And let me tell you, they supply a lot of liquor to that university. West Virginia University, go Mountaineers! You guys know how to drink and how to party out on the.
Are they still? They've still got to be in like the top 5 party schools in the country,
they
right?
have to
I'm
be.
pretty sure. Yeah.
There's nothing else to do.
It's a great mountain city out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's.
You ever been to one of them football games?
Not.
I'll tell you
I
what.
went on a football game weekend. I did not go to a football game.
Yeah.
We tried to go to the football game. We got lost. There's a little bit of alcohol involved.
It's a long way to Morgantown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You
we were
take
we
the
were
back road over,
we
it's a
were
really
in
long
we were
way.
in Morgantown because my buddy was in college. I was out visiting
You
for the
couldn't
weekend.
find the stadium, and you were in Morgantown.
We had a little bit to drink.
All right, yeah.
I don't think it was so much a lost as it was a distracted.
Distracted.
right
Yeah.
That's a good town, man. That's
Yeah.
That's a really fun town for sure.
So how many cases do you stock up front to sell?
I mean, we usually keep around 150 cases of back stock, maybe
Okay.
200 cases, so that we have plenty of stock to push up. You know, when we bottle something, I want to bottle a whole bunch and then not to bottle again.
To
for
bottle a
while,
case, yeah.
So we'll bottle enough for like maybe, a quarter, 3-4 months.
Okay,
We
so
know.
it was my goal to sell you out of your back stock for our event. I don't know, you back stock a lot. I don't know if that'll happen, but we're gonna try.
Yeah.
The problem is a lot of
I
people are
appreciate
driving,
that.
so.
Well, no, you have to just buy a bottle. You don't
Oh,
drink.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, just bring it home with you.
Yeah, the bottles are sealed for taking home, but we'll have great cocktails that day. We're
Yeah,
gonna
you
have
do
awesome
cocktails.
The cocktails
on it.
last year were phenomenal.
What's your number one selling bottle?
It's always bourbon, man.
Your bourbon?
Now, I package bourbon in a variety of different ways. We do weeded bourbon, we do rye bourbons, 4 grains, 2 grains. We're about to release our port cask finish.
You
probably
Is that
did
the
port
cherry?
summer.
Is that the cherry one that?
No.
You had the port and starboard last year.
Yeah, it's port and starboard.
Oh,
So last year's port and
God.
starboard was a Chardonnay cask finish. This year, the really great folks, Nelson and family over at Casnell Vineyards in Loudon, I scored a
That's
port
my
barrel
landlord.
from them.
Nelson D'Souza?
You know Nelson.
He's my landlord for the shop.
Nelson, my man, if you're watching this.
That's pretty funny.
I'm like, I grew up right there next to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been out to Casanova a couple times.
Yeah, so yeah, they're
Trivia
really
and food
good,
trucks,
really
yeah.
good people out there. They make amazing wines. Folks, if you're in Loudon, go to Casanel.
Yes.
That place is amazing. The most beautiful grounds you've ever seen.
You didn't come with us.
Yeah, I didn't go with you.
It's a gorgeous winery. And their he
Yes.
makes top-notch wines.
Yeah.
I mean, they are superb. You got to go see his trophy shelf. Like, his bottles, each one of them's got like 15 necklaces on it with these huge gold medallions. He wins so many awards on his wines. And he makes this port called the Full Nelson, which is superb. And he makes it in ex-cognac barrels, French oak cognac barrels. And I got one of these. It's around the corner there. I'll show you on the way out. And we've had 4-year-old bourbon sitting in that now for about 18 months. So it's about 5.5 years old now. And it is really coming into its own. And it's got just the lightest kind of hue from the port on the back of it, but that flavor. You know, bourbon likes a sweet, a sweet wine. And that port has got really good sweetness that it lends to the bourbon. This lovely French oak finish on the backside of it, too. So, yeah, that's going to be a really good one. Keep an eye out for that, guys. The Port and Starboard will be coming out.
Yeah, the Port and Starboard. It was a little out of my price range last year. I got a pay raise this year, so I will be able to get a bottle of it. But it is so damn good.
Yeah, it'll be very limited in supply. That's for sure. We only do 1 barrel a year so far, but I'm thinking about as we get bigger, we'll do more. This you talked about our cherry bounce. I did bring a bottle of that back here.
I think
this
you gave me a bottle of that
particular
for,
guy, you can see that lovely red hue on it.
I think that was the one you were talking about last
100
year.
pounds of cherries go in the barrel.
I think I got the cherry bounce for
Christmas.
No, for Overland Expo. I think you gave me a bottle of cherry bounce to take to Overland Expo and share on air with some of our guests.
Good. Was it the cherry? I thought that was the root beer.
No, we got the root beer. It was either the cherry or the raspberry.
Oh, maybe it was raspberry.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
I'll have to go back and watch the episode.
If you like that flavor of cherries with that nice bourbon finish on it, 100 pounds of cherries per barrel for the last 6 months, a little bit of cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove, a tiny bit of sugar just to bring the cherry flavor forward. Served at 90 proof. This is like the only thing you have to do is add orange, and you've got the old fashioned is already done. Yeah. You know what I mean? A little dash of bitters and some orange. It makes a mean old fashioned.
I was gonna say too, that would be so good with like a nice dark chocolate.
I hope you had in the best way. I hope you had a bad day at work today, because this would be the perfect roundabout for a bad day at work.
I had a good day at work,
so this is even better.
But it's a busy enough day that it's a good day to be drinking after work. Yeah. This is I have a bottle of Widow Jane that I was gifted probably 2 or 3 years ago. It's only been drank twice. I opened it after we blew up a brand new motor in a customer's Jeep, and it was dubbed Bad Day Whiskey. And I refused to touch it because it was like one of those, like, I need a fucking drink and I'm going to open this bottle. And I've only had to drink it one other time on a bad enough day. So we're going on actually probably closer to 4 years now.
Yeah.
And it's only ever been touched twice. Which is a shame because it's a really good bottle of whiskey and it's just sitting in my office. But
the best thing to do with it is get your buddies together, share it with some friends.
Yeah, but I'm a little superstitious, and like it's been dubbed Bad Day Whiskey, so like it is only for bad days.
If you drink it on a good day,
we've had lots of other bottles of whiskey that we've all sat around and drank. I had a customer who apparently is a big whiskey collector, and he dropped off bottles of Buffalo Trace, bottles of Angel's Envy, a bottle of Michter's, we finished his Bronco and he just dropped off like 5 or 6 bottles.
That's a pretty nice gift.
That was a great gift. And of course, like, me and Trevor are really the only ones that drink much of it. PJ took the Buffalo Trace. I took the Michter's home, which is probably one of my favorite drinking whiskeys right now. But yeah, it's we've had lots of good day whiskey. Yeah. That's all gone by now. It's bad day whiskey, just sitting there. This is so good.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the cherry bounce.
You guys want to try one more?
Sure, we'll do one more.
Carrie would like this.
Yeah.
This is our rye whiskey. This is a 93.7 rye. I really like this one a lot.
I'm a big
We
rye
do a
fan.
couple different ryes here.
Ooh,
we do one that's...
that was nice in the headphones.
Oh, a little pop. But this one in particular, locally grown rye, grown for us by the Morgans over in Ripon.
Okay.
With a touch of malt. Just, similar to the corn bourbon recipe, we like to isolate grains sometimes too, to really accentuate just what the flavor of that rye is going to bring.
How many different blends, different types of whiskey do you have on your shelves? Like individual, like not unique bottles. How many unique bottles do you carry in the store?
I mean, well, if you include the moonshines, I think we've got about 24 labels on the shelf right now.
Wow.
And we try and always keep that fresh and going. Whether it's one of the maybe 15 or 18 different mash bills we have, or we'll run fun labels for them.
Yeah.
And you know what that does? That keeps everybody, a new whiskey with a new label on it, or maybe it's the same whiskey, but we'll run single barrel, so it's going to have a different flavor. If you're coming here for consistency, we'll go somewhere else, right? Because, I mean, when you're talking about single barrel, like there are, even if it's same mash laid down same day in similar oak, they're going to have different flavors. So it's kind of fun to always come back, hey, what's the wheated bourbon tasting like on this batch? Is it different? Is it the same? Did it get sweeter? Sometimes we caught a floral note on it or something. So that's kind of what the fun of bourbon.
And you were talking about it last year. Is like each barrel is different, but then each barrel is different also because it's gone through different heat cycles and warm cycles in your warehouse. So it no matter just because they've been sitting side by side doesn't mean they're going to taste the same. If one got put up 6 months after the other one,
yeah. Most people judge whiskeys by the number of years. They'll look at it and say, well, how old is that? And I look more of them at them more like, well, how many summers did it have?
Yeah.
Heat is what we're after. And sometimes the summers are hotter than others, and in those tiny fluctuations have massive effects on the final product. And so that's what makes it kind of always fun, always interesting to try.
You're going to do the same thing at your next warehouse, to do a non-conditioned warehouse space?
Yes, and once we move out of there, this space will become conditioned, and then we'll have a 4,000 square foot tasting room. This room will go empty, and then we'll put new things in here, but it'll be all for the customer.
Need a few race
big
cars.
Open space. Yeah. I mean, we'll get to. I can't wait. I cannot. It's going to be so much fun to rebuild this space.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You need a permanent podcast studio back here too.
Well, like I said, I just need a couple of producers. So if you're interested, I'm interested.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
I'll drink to that.
You guys figure out a way to monetize it on your own. All I want to do is
son of a bitch. Yeah.
You don't have to pay me a penny. How's that sound?
I'm not getting paid a penny right now either. It's just
a whole different set of notes on this, right?
I'm a big rye fan. I really like ryes.
And it's deep flavors, grassy, floral, bright.
It's got a good earthiness to it. I like it.
And it's
feel very sophisticated.
Yeah.
I think maybe notes of leather.
It's got an oaky afterbirth.
Yeah,
leathery. I don't know.
It'd be a terrible whiskey writer.
Oh no, we talked about this on the last at Kayla's house. Is they're all delicious, and I can taste the different.
Yeah.
Almost
the
chocolate
differences
notes in there, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah.
On the back end.
That's that particular strain of rye grown in that particular field.
Yeah.
And when really we're starting to notice that the different farmers because around here there's a lot of different soil types, and those soil types will lend that kind of flavor, different flavor to in the wine industry they call that terroir, the earth that the grapes were grown in, and depending on where it's grown, will give the same grape different flavor, and that's why you can have the exact same grapes grown at two different wineries, and you have very different wines that are made out of it. Because it's really about the elements they're drawing out of the ground, what happens to be in that soil, in that air around there.
What is planted around it, what's pollinating those.
How much it rained, how much it didn't rain.
And those same things lend the kind of unique flavor to this particular grain that's been grown and on that farm and harvested and reseeded from the seeds for decades now. So honestly, over there they have their own strain. You know, that is the Morgan rye that we're getting, and that's the flavor of that Morgan rye.
That's
you have it grown
delicious.
on a different farm, completely different flavor on the rye.
Yeah, it's a good, unique flavor.
So I know what we're doing to prepare a little bit, working with vendors and everything. What are you guys doing here to prepare for the event and for a potential turnout of 250-ish vehicles?
Oh my gosh! Hey, look, we'll have the inside cleared out and ready to go. We'll have plenty of seating for everybody, but please bring some extra chairs.
Yes, BYOC.
I don't have that much.
Yeah.
But we got plenty of shade. We're a nice, we're a forested distillery around here, so there's lots of great shady spots to go sit.
Yes, that's a general rule for off-road events is bring your own chair.
Yeah.
Well, most off-roaders also camp, so being self-sufficient is pretty easy.
Yeah, but and be ready for some great music that day, some great food be
Who you got
provided
playing?
that day. Oh man, you got. I'll
Got
tell
you a
you what,
question.
I can look. I don't recall.
Rock and
off
roll
the
or
top of my
country?
head. Hang on, let me check
rock
my
and roll
count.
country.
I hate doing this while we're on
Oh, you're fine.
radio.
We do way worse.
I won't edit it.
You won't. You never do.
No. I haven't had time recently.
Even when you had time, you did it.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
so local boy Timmy is starting us off for the
okay.
day, and
Hey.
Jamie Seeley is going to finish us off. Holland Butts Barbecue is going to be here that day. Let me tell you, Holland Butts makes some sick, delicious pork. They make really great barbecue.
I mean,
Yeah, you guys are lucky.
a name like
they're coming
Holland
off that
Butts, I
day.
feel like you better make some good pork.
Yeah. So it'll be a great day. Music all day long. Great food all day. Great cocktails and beer all day. It's going to be a really fun time.
Did you let the food truck know that there's going to be 200 something people?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. They're looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I may only be able to come out for an hour and a half
You'll be here.
at most.
It'll turn into 2.5.
But listen, don't tell my wife. But I'm very much looking forward to this event. I've been looking forward to it for a long time.
We going to do a contest again this year?
We've been talking about what we want for the categories.
Yeah, I feel like
because it's so much different than like just Jeeps.
yeah.
Because you like Jeeps was
What
easy.
if we do like a trivia contest?
Oh, like you have to get like questions right about
Just do a handful of prizes and just do random trivia.
like random off-road trivia.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
What's that look like?
I have no
I don't
idea. Tom,
I literally that's the lack of brain mouth filter.
or we do a
It's just an idea. We will have this figured out by the 21st.
Yes,
you can have
we
a
will.
mic and an amp to. We'll have one. The music guy will have one.
I can be loud enough.
We can supply some prizes too.
Yeah,
if you guys
a
want to
tri-
have
a trivia
something.
night, like instead of do a trivia instead of prizes.
Instead of a objective. Yeah. Instead of an
I hear
objective
you whining down there.
like
car show award, do something a little bit more contest related.
yeah,
We'll come up with some ideas. We got a couple weeks.
cool.
All right, sounds good, guys.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I got a heart out here soon. I know Tom just drove a long way. If you want to keep recording, you can by all means.
I don't care.
But I appreciate you, Wiley. I appreciate Lainey. I know she couldn't be here tonight. I was texting her. I'm like, hey, are we still good? She goes, it's my day off. Call Wiley. And I'm like, I appreciate you, Lainey. Thank you. I appreciate you guys putting this together again. This will be the second annual Dirt Nerds event, but this is the first annual 4x4 and off-road event.
It's going to be on, what did we say, the 21st?
21st.
It's going to be Saturday the 21st, open 11 to 5. You guys got your 4x4s. You can come a little bit early. You can start trickling at 10 if you want to. We'll have the place open by then. Come on out. I guarantee you a good time out here.
Yep.
We'll have tastings and tours all day up in the tasting room. Got a little bit of AC for you guys up front, but I got plenty of shade out back.
Yep.
Like I said, food, music, cocktails, the whole 9 yards. Plan for just a fun day out here at the distillery.
So we'll have a few vendors. Tom's bringing some stuff out. We'll have
That's the hope.
some of our friends from SEMA will be out here. Mike Wellington with Appalachian Off-Road Adventure will be out here.
The ducks are back.
Oh, nope.
We got ducks galore
I know you're a big
out
duck
here.
guy. He's like to cash in on the Jeeps, man.
I mean,
He's
we're-
good.
Oh, hey.
Everybody is
These
welcome.
are special logo ducks. You can't get this particular duck anywhere else. Man, I should have brought some back here to show everybody, but it'll be a surprise. Come check it out. I bought a boatload of them.
Yeah.
And they're only a couple of bucks. I found a great vendor that had world's better prices than the last time I got those ducks. They
you paid like $8 a duck last time, didn't you?
No, I think they're like $4 or $5 this time.
Okay.
Like,
Goddamn.
I'll tell you what,
That's still a lot for a duck.
We'll cut price on it for the weekend. I'll run a sale on them for you guys. I want everybody to leave with a duck.
It's a BOGO on ducks.
Yeah, BOGO. Oh, we BOGO and ducks now?
BOGO and ducks.
Buy 2 bottles, get a duck?
Yeah, buy 2 bottles. You buy 2 bottles, I'll give you a duck.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Right.
If you buy 3 bottles, he keeps the duck.
That's right.
So buy 3 bottles. Nobody needs ducks. We don't want to scare the Toyota people away.
Yeah. Wiley, we appreciate you. We appreciate you guys out there. We appreciate everyone who's going to show up. We will see you guys here in a few weeks. I think it's actually this weekend.
Next weekend.
Yeah, so it's next weekend. Yeah. So the weekend that this episode comes out, we will see you this weekend.
Yeah. We'll see you guys this weekend.
Here. Wiley, where can people find you guys on social media?
That's right. You can find us at Facebook, Devil's Due Distillery. We're on Instagram. Follow us, please. And if you do that, you're going to find out all the events we're having out here. They're running all summer long. They're running into the fall. Oh, my gosh.
And yours just don't stop.
Coming. Yeah. Like, it doesn't stop till December out here. Always something new. Always something fresh. We just want to deliver you guys amazing products that you're going to love.
Oh, yeah. And you guys know where to find us everywhere social at The Dirt Drive, DirtNerds Motors, and DirtNerds Off-Road. And that's it. We will frickin' see you guys next week. Thank you, Wiley. That was awesome.
Thank you.